All right, guys, so we're back. We decided to go ahead and post more on the Porsche channel here, and I went ahead and sold my red Cayman. The red Cayman was starting to smoke pretty bad and starting to tick, and you know what that means. So we decided to sell that car, and then we bought another Cayman. So we bought a blue 2008 Cayman. This is Sport Chrono pack. This is not Sport Chrono Plus. There is a difference. So this has a pretty rare wheel option. This is more of a track package type car. What I mean by that, we have these wheels, which is not common. We have sport seats. There's a stink bug on it right now. And it's all a little bit dusty. We've been driving it. Sport seats, which means they're not heated, no lumbar. A lot bigger bolsters on the back. More like the Vader seats for the E36 M3s. This car is a 6-speed manual. This is a PASM car, so it does have the adjustable suspension for the firmness. That actually is a pretty good option on these cars. The red car didn't have that. I've had Caymans before that had that. The red car without that rode somewhere in between stiff setting on this and the normal setting on it. So the soft setting on this car is actually way softer than the red Cayman. So what that means when you're cruising on the interstate and you're not cornering, you can turn it on soft mode and it rides very, very nice. Even though these seats do not have lumbar support, lumbar integrity, built into them, they do have more of a lumbar cushion. The red car did not have that. It had no lumbar cushion. So if you didn't have them aired up, it was horrible to ride in. And it would barely air up enough to support your lower back. This car you ride in, you can sit in for a long period of time. It doesn't beat you to death. This car came in with some new Michelins on it. I'm trying to think what else. This has a Top Gear exhaust on it. And this old geezer's not a fan of that crap. And going from that Borla exhaust we did, that catless Borla system on the red car, this system is garbage. This is also a $1,000 catback system that deletes the rear converters. So this still has the factory manifolds. We'll show you here in a second. It stinks. It smells like nasty catalytic converter. It's terrible. So we have done a few things this car we did not record. To be honest, I was not planning on posting on this channel, but we have some more Porsches coming in, so we're gonna keep posting. That kind of was a deciding factor to keep this channel going or not. So I did post a video on the main channel in Nathan's BMW Workshop a couple weeks ago, when we bought this car, when we picked it up, and that kind of thing. But we done a couple things to it. We did do the BNC air filter, the washable, cleanable air filter. We did do the NGK spark plugs. I think the box is right here. The Iridium IX, and they gave us 8 instead of 6 for some reason. We got these from, I can never remember the name of the damn place. The stickers are right here. Rock Auto. So Rock Auto has been the go-to for quite a bit of stuff here lately. And they've been, especially on spark plugs, a lot cheaper. As you know, there is a counterfeit ring on the old spark plugs these days from China on eBay and Amazon. So I know we could buy them from there and not have an issue. This video is not sponsored by Rock Auto at all. Just sharing information with you. Also, various other things in buying ball joints for the Sequoia, this and that. It's just cheaper to buy it off of there for OEM or Bilstein or Bosch stuff, things like that. Anyhow, this car we did check for bore score. This car has no bore score at all. All the ignition coil packs look good when we did that. We also did the Alcantara headliner. We got it, about a week and a half into it. And I looked over at Phil and the headliner's rubbing his hair. And it just goes all at once. That's the way it is. We did not cover the pillars and stuff in the black Alcantara. We kind of took it mild with that for right now. And that's it. Really, it's pretty decent. Let's put it up on the lift. I'll show you just a few things here. Okay, so let's just kind of start from the front to the back. We've already inspected all this. It's got a little bit of rubbing here. We've probably done some of that actually. But this car sits a little bit higher with the strut setup that it has. We did notice the coffin arms in the front. This one's been replaced. You can see right here, it is brand new. It has a 2017 manufacture date on it. This coffin arm over here does have some play in it. I don't know why they replaced one but not the other, but we will replace this one. It has brand new sway bar links on it. All the tie rods, everything is good with that. None of the struts are leaking on this car. If you buy one of these cars with a PASM and the struts are leaking, you will be in at about $2,000 for new struts if you want new struts. If you have the non-PASM car, you're in at about $1,000. So this is the dirty old Top Gear exhaust system. Stainless steel, you got your mufflers here, got your X pipe, got these little tips. These tips actually on bolt, let me bolt something different on that. And then it deletes the secondary cats, and it comes over here, they got header wrap on it. Then it comes over here to these really, really, really small cats right here in the factory manifold. Now, we did bore scope up into this little check hole, EGR hole, or whatever you want to call it. And that came back, they were getting stopped up a little bit. They weren't broken up yet, but the stank is the real factor here. Now, one thing I do see about this car has a new connector piece here for the subframe connector for the rear. I don't know why this one's new and that one's not. I'm not sure what's happened with that, but everything seems to drive good and function well. And this side's the same way. Everything else looks good. The shifter cables look original on this car. You guys know these cars are notorious for breaking the shifter cables. You know, and we sold that yellow car to that dude, and why does this shifter cable got a zip tie on it? Well, because they pop out and snap and they're $800. That's why it has a zip tie on it. This one does not have a zip tie on it. Before we leave here today, it will have a zip tie on it because we're not down with that crap. Been out in the middle of nowhere and your shifter cable snaps, and what are you going to do, right? So other than that, this car is actually pretty decent shape. I think what we're going to do here, we're going to probably, we have to do something with those converters, whether I hate to put catless headers on it because it's going to stank like the red car. We're probably going to have to find some catted headers for it. I would like the exhaust shop to take the Sawzall and cut right there and cut right there and weld in those Borla XL, wherever the hell they were. The next step louder than we had on the red car. I could buy those in 15 inches long. That's how long this is. So we need to source the parts to do that. This thing sounds like you're blowing through a soda can. Like a air rushing noise. With this exhaust on it, it is not my thing at all. And what they have here is like a little weird cross pipe welded in. I think it's what's giving it the stupid noise. But this is not a valve system. This is just a regular system. Is it loud? It's louder than stock. It's not exactly what I would put on there. So beware. I'm telling you this because beware. These kits are on all over eBay. They're very expensive. If you buy this and bolt on your car, it's going to sound like total crap. But that's it. How much did I pay for it? I can't tell you that because you guys are like that. I cannot do that. The market on these cars is pretty damn crazy though. Try to get here in the right light. We'll walk back over here. So if you're going to buy one of these cars, you're going to buy a 987.1, an S, a Cayman S, you have to be so careful because there is issue with bore scoring. The problem is probably a lot more widespread when anybody leads on to be. We hear it about quite a bit lately. And it's not only low mileage. Before it was only at low mileage, but now it's high mileage, 120,000. It's like either you get it 50, 60,000 miles or you get it 120,000 miles. That's the two main deals. How can you tell if it's bore scored? Depends on the degree of bore scoring. It's very difficult. The engine ticks, but they all tick. It just happens to be just slightly louder than normal. So it makes it very difficult to judge that. You pretty much have to put the car on a lift. You have to have the right kind of bore scope. You have to take all the spark plugs out one at a time, bore scope in the cylinder. But if you don't have the right kind of scope, you're not going to be able to see the cylinder wall. You need a scope that looks to the left or to the right that you can flip with a switch. We have that. Mine barely works to see it. But it worked good enough to do this car and realize that everything's perfect with it. Before recently, up until just a week ago, bore scoring job on one of these cars, if we have to send the cylinders out, it was $9,500 to get the cylinders re-sleeved. Then you got to have new pistons, new rings. You might as well do the rod bearings while you're in it. You might as well do all the gaskets, all the seals. You're going to be in at 12, 13, 14 grand. Well, if you have somebody working on this, an hourly rate, you're in at 20 grand, no question. That's probably even on the low side. And that's really a shame. A used engine for this car is anywhere from $10,000 to $12,000. Then you don't know what you're getting. You know, so there is that. Be very, very careful. The non-S variant of this doesn't seem to have the bore scoring, and the 997.2, so 2009 and up, doesn't seem to have that issue. I'm sure they can, but it's not as pronounced. So one of these cars in really, really bad shape, I would say the bottom price is about 12 grand. Like that's one's pretty rough, got some miles on it. It's probably smoking. They go up to $38,000, $40,000 for a good low mileage one, especially a rare color combo with a 6-speed or with the PDK. Those are two transmissions that everybody wants. A Tiptronic will bring less money here in the States, but not necessarily in other countries. So there is that. Overall, we're gonna make some videos on this car. Like I said, there is another car coming in here that we'll make more videos on. I'll give you a hint on that one. It's mixing coolant in the oil. So that probably gives it away what it is. Stay tuned, guys. This channel is about to blow up. We're about to have a ton of videos on it. And that's gonna be it. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys back here very soon.